Hey guys, Andrew Davidson here, and welcome back to another As Per My Ability video. So let's get the formalities out of the way. If you like our videos, if you like our content, if you like board games in general, please comment, like, subscribe, do all the fun YouTube stuff. Make sure you hit the bell so you get notifications when we post new videos. If you hit the bell, you'll get 7 years good luck. Or at least that's my claim. It's as good as claim as ever. I can't really guarantee on that. Today's video is going to be a vlogging video where I'm going to talk about things that are going on within the As Per My Ability brand with myself, kind of give some updates. Not really talking about any games in this video, but I'm going to try to keep it short. I'll get to that, but I want to roll the sweet intro. Let's get to the sweet intro. Welcome back, everybody. Like I said at the top of the video, this is going to be a hopefully short video that's a vlogging video, which is basically a video about my life, what's going on with As Per My Ability, a couple of updates, just kind of me talking to you. Not going to talk about any games in this video, so there's that. Item number one on this docket, I guess, for today is As Per My Ability is trying to put together a podcast. Now, it's not going to be a traditional podcast that most of you listen to because podcasts are incredibly popular. It's going to be an atypical kind of experience where we're basically going to be putting together seasons, and they're going to all not necessarily focus around me or the other members of As Per My Ability, although our voices are definitely going to be in there. But they're going to almost be like little mini episodes. I know a lot of podcasts out there, they structure kind of the framework of theirs to be around like either like a variety show or some sort of informational show like about history or serial killers, or an interview show where they sit down and they kind of talk with a guest and like, my guest today is, not that we won't do any of that, but we want to put together some seasons, if you will, that will kind of change the structure of the podcast. So we're not going to stick to any type of structure. The first season that we're trying to put together is called Origins. What Origins is going to be is I'm kind of putting the call out there, put the call on BGG to people that see this video. I want to basically get some feedback from you guys. I want you to record your voice. If you've got semi-decent recording, just audio, if you got semi-decent recording material, if you got a little microphone, or if you got a phone that can record voice pretty well, I'd like to basically compile the first season of As Per My Ability Season 1 Origins about how you got started as a gamer. I want it to be about or in the 5-minute ballpark range, and then I'm just going to compile everybody's into like a really short mini episode. So one episode it'll probably be like 2 stories, so 5 minutes and 5 minutes, give or take. One episode could be about 10 minutes. Could be 10 minutes, could be 15 minutes, but they're going to be short because we're going to have some long form podcasts in the way future when I'm ready for it, when the time is right, when the equipment is right, and things like that. I'd like anyone out there that speaks English to tell me your origin story in about 5 minutes or less. You will not be paid anything. This is not a paid gig, but your name will go on the episode. You put a little like bio about you in the episode of the podcast. I'm going to be doing it. Shanine's going to be doing it. Some of my close friends, look out. I'm probably going to be going to you and asking for like, hey, could you just donate maybe 5 minutes of your time, 10 minutes if you do some editing, to submit your audio thing. So the first season is going to be just short little mini flash podcast episodes that you can listen to within 10 to 15 minutes. So I'm going to be putting the call out there. I'm doing it here in video form. I'm going to be doing it on all the social media platforms. You'll be seeing that happening within the next coming weeks. I don't care if I know you. I don't care if I don't know you. I just want to know your origin story. And so season 1 Origins is going to happen. I'm just looking for enough content to make an entire podcast. If you're interested, you can get a hold of me. I will put everything down in the description as far as getting a hold of me, and I'll kind of delineate a little more of the specific aspects to what I'm looking for in your 5-minute audio submission. So that's number 1 that I wanted to talk about. Hopefully that gets you inspired. I know it's tough for people to set up a camera and lighting and stuff. This is just simply audio. So if you just can have decent audio, like I said, not screaming children in the background or, dogs going off like crazy. But if you have the ability to do some decent audio, then get a hold of me. Get a hold of me. I'll let you know you can get your voice on a podcast. Item numero dos on this list is, I'm sure you've put it together from the title, I am writing a book. I'm officially announcing to everyone right now that I'm writing a book. So I want to talk a little bit about the history of what's going on here. I've been considering writing a book for a couple of months now, but it hasn't been until the last couple of weeks that I've been talking with friends and family members. I've been on Zoom calls with people that don't even live in the same state as I do, just trying to get my brain like wrapped around what is this book going to be about. Obviously, it's going to be about games, hence why I'm fiddling with my collar, but hence why I'm putting it on the As Per My Ability YouTube. But I didn't really know what it was going to be. For those of you that do or don't know, I write a blog, and I've been doing a blog series called History in Game. And that's where it came to me. I thought to myself, what if I took all of these blog posts, I beefed them up a little bit, maybe added a little more content, because they're all pretty short, they're like a 3-minute read. What if I boosted them up and kind of compiled them all in a book? And so it would be like historical games. It's going to be I don't have a title. I've got the game list, which I'm not going to really share at this juncture because this is just an announcement. I'll probably give out the games that I'll talk about and the chapter titles, which are, some of them are pretty hilarious. But the book is going to be essentially a coffee table book. It's going to be a little thing. It's not going to be huge. Every little chapter's not going to be too incredibly long, but it's going to talk about pretty much what I've been doing on the blog, which, if you don't check out the blog, www.aspermyability.com, you can click on blog. You can see some of the history in game blogs. Those will definitely be beefed up, maybe have an editor go over some of the writing, and I'm going to put all of that into a book. The book is going to be, like I said, a coffee table book. It's going to have some history in it because it's about history. It's going to have a little bit of game in it where I'll recommend a game. If you saw my 10 historical games or games in history, a lot of those games I will be talking about in more depth as far as the history and the game and the thematic tie-in with them. But the big selling point to you that I'm trying to pitch to you is basically I want you to take away these two things. It's a coffee table book, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be written in a voice, because my original thought was to sound super smart. Like I want to be like, pushing my glasses up and telling you about how the Second World War ended and all of this stuff. It's not going to be that. It's going to be fun. It's going to have lots of witty metaphors. It's going to have like asides, like footnotes of me making jokes about footnotes. Just a lot of meta humor, a lot of gamer humor. If those of you don't know Shut Up and Sit Down on YouTube, if you don't, I'm recommending their channel, although they're not paying me anything for this or whatever. But I'm kind of inspired by the way that they talk about games, the way they use kind of silly metaphors and make it kind of fun. So I'm kind of mimicking two things. One, Shut Up and Sit Down's kind of whimsy, clever way of talking about games, talking about history. And two, I'm kind of mimicking a stand-up comedy by Jim Gaffigan called Dad is Fat. Now, Dad is Fat is one you really need to listen to because you'll hear his voice, but you can read the book as well, and the book is exactly what I'm going for. Just a lot of references and outside jokes or inside jokes or sideways jokes or footnote jokes, and so the writing of it is going to be just a little thin coffee table book that you can pick up, read 2, 3, 4 pages for a chapter, and it'll be very light read. It'll offer you a little bit of history. It'll offer a little bit of like, that's interesting, I didn't know that. Like, for example, did you know? Things like that. So you'll learn a little bit about it. You'll find a game that correlates, not really the right word, connects to the history that I'm talking about, and I'm going to be putting together a whole compilation of these stories. I think I have 10 to 12 chapters that I'm aiming for, and it'll be a little thing. Do some self-publishing, get a cover, find an artist, get a cover, get a title for it. I don't even have a title. If you guys want to recommend one, not that I'd pay you anything for it, and not that I'd even use it, but knock yourself out in the comments. So that's about it for this vlogging video. Number one, the podcast, hopefully I'll get enough volunteers. I might have to force volunteership some people, but I'm hoping to get enough content to at least create something that feels like a season of a podcast. Now, season 2, we've already got planned. We already kind of talked about it's going to take on a completely different framework, a completely different structure of how a podcast. It might be a sit down and interview type thing. It might be, who knows? I'm not going to spoil it, but we do actually have a season 2 in mind. And then also, number 2, the book that I'm working on, make sure that you just kind of stay connected with us. Hopefully you can help out, donate online to get the book published, maybe get a free signed copy. I don't know. I'm projecting it to be about a year from now. So summer of 2022 is the very tentative projected time period. Could be a little sooner. For those of you writers out there, it definitely could be a lot later. I'm hoping that's not the case. But writer's block, thou art a heartless bitch. Because of these things, the YouTube channel may fall into a little bit of disrepair for a while. Putting together my time and my personal life and my school life, teaching life, everything along with the As Per My Ability, the videos may kind of wax and wane as far as when I get them done. I try to have a Tuesday schedule, as most of you have commented on. That might not happen, might not trigger every single week, because I'm going to be putting my time into writing for the blog / writing for the book and doing a podcast, putting together a season that we can release maybe on a weekly basis. I hope to see you guys all again. I love seeing you on screen. I love being able to talk to you guys. I love being able to just have my voice and my face be there for you guys and talk about games. I'm not dismantling the YouTube channel. I'm just saying things are kind of shifting. As Per My Ability is just going to incorporate a whole lot. And unfortunately, despite my prayers to God every single night, there's still only one of me. So if you guys want to get involved with the podcast, check out the information below. Also, make sure you stay tuned with any future episodes because they're probably going to be slim pickings for a little while. It's great to see you guys. It's been awesome. There's a lot of things that's been happening. I know you guys just saw me a week ago, but I actually haven't recorded a new video in a month. I had some dental surgery done. I've been out in the sun a lot. I've been at the pool and at events where there's been like lots of heat here where I live. Lots of stuff has gone on in the last month. Hopefully, I'm looking forward. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to hearing from all of you in the comments or maybe in my email inbox. And lots of changes for me on the horizon, both personal and academic and work and as per my ability. Lots of changes going on. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to leave us here at that. So again, my name is Andrew Davidson. You have been watching As Per My Ability, and I will see every single one of you at the next video. Take care.